Hey there and welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And also don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. It'll help my channel grow. So today we're going to be making a Christmas kissing ball. Now, all you're going to need is, if you don't have a round foam ball, go ahead and grab a square foam just like I am. And you're going to need some ribbon, some thick ribbon. Now I'm just using this white ribbon that I had on hand, but you can easily use the wired ribbon from Dollar Tree. What you're going to do is glue 2 strips of the ribbon on either side of your foam ball or square like I'm using, and make an X just like so. And then basically you're just going to glue and attach the ribbon to all the sides of your foam ball or square. And the reason why I recommend you glue them all down is because you are going to hang this, so you want to make sure that your ribbons are nice and secure. Once you're done adding all the glue and securing all your ribbons to all the sides, go ahead and gather them all up, and using a zip tie or a jute twine or even a rubber band, just glue or attach all of them together just like so, and just go ahead and tighten your zip tie as much as possible. Now I did make a bow on this kissing ball, and I ended up doing it at the end. For some reason I didn't think about doing it before, but if you are going to add a bow to your kissing ball, I would recommend you do it right now. That way you can work around it instead of trying to work add it on later. So just go ahead and do that part right now if you decide to do that. Next, you're going to get some of these Garland twist ties, and you're going to glue them down to in between your ribbon. And then you're going to do it all the way to the opposite side of your round ball or your square. And then what I did was basically bend my twist tie, my garland, and insert it into the foam itself. Now you're going to do it in between all four or all 4 corners if it's easier that way, and then just insert your garland. And then what I did was just add a strip of glue down on the corners, and then at the other opposite end I just inserted it into my foam again, nice and tight. And you do this to all 4 corners. Now once you're done with that, go ahead and get what I'm using are my pine cones and some acorns that I had left over. And for the bigger pine cones, what I did was just grab a piece of wiring, and I just twisted it like twisted it onto the pine cone, inserted the wire into the foam, and then added glue to my pine cone as well. And I did this to all my larger pine cones. You can do this to every single pine cone, but I didn't find it necessary. I found that as soon as I added my glue to the smaller pine cones, it was nice and secure. So I just did it to the larger ones. But again, feel free to do them, add the wiring to all of them. So as you saw, I just added some hot glue and also inserted the wiring into the foam to make sure that my pine cone stays nice and secure. And you just continue adding as many or as little as many as you'd like of pine cones to your foam ball. And what I basically try to do was add at least 2 to every side of my foam. Of course, you can add, like I said, as many or as little as you like. But I try to make at least 2, and then I went from there, adding a little bit after I added at least 2 to each side. some of my pine cones, since I had a different variety, I just added them on like that. I had some of them that were painted white, like this one, some of them that are gold. So I just kind of added them around the kissing ball just to make sure it looked nice and even, and it didn't look odd. But you can add different style pine cones and it looks perfectly fine once it's all complete. So here is my kissing ball with just all the pine cones. Now you see there's a lot of gap. So what I'm going to do is insert some of these greenery that I had. And I just basically inserted it into the foam and then just bend it in. And I used some of the twist tie garlands and also pieces of the pick that I had, the greenery. So you add as many or as little as you like of the greenery. I also am going to add some leaves on the top of my kissing ball. So all I did was insert the greenery and then just kind of twist it and worked it around all my pine cones. Now once you're done adding all the greenery, now you don't necessarily have to have greenery everywhere around the kissing ball, because you are going to add different other items. So once you're kind of happy with the amount of greenery, just go ahead and start adding. What I'm adding are the red berries. Of course, you can add the gold berries, any kind of berry that you like, or just add more greenery if you don't want berries at all. And I just inserted them in just different areas. Again, trying to make sure that I at least had one of the berry bunches on all sides of my kissing ball. After I made sure I had at least one little bunch of berries on all sides of my kissing ball, I just continued to add little bits of berries everywhere. I just thought they would look pretty. Now you'll see that I cut some of my berries in little sections and little pieces, and that's just because I wanted more berries in different areas in smaller little bunches. And I ended up using one of the picks of the bunches of berries for this project. And as I said, I just cut some of the berries off just to make little smaller bunches of berries. So, just go ahead and continue adding as much or as little as you like. Once you're done adding all your berries, you can add more greenery, or you can add, what I'm doing is adding some of my little acorns that I had left over as well. So again, I just added my leaves to the top of my kissing ball, and I just added leaves at the very top. I didn't add them anywhere else on my kissing ball. So in this entire project, what I used were 2 of the Christmas picks with berries, one stem or bunch of my red berries, and a bag of the pine cones, and then I used about 5 or 6 acorns. So here I am adding my acorns, just in, like I said, just in different areas, wherever I saw fit, wherever I thought it would look pretty. And then once you're done adding all the different items that you want to add on, then you can start adding more greenery to fill in any of the white areas, or where you may see some of the foam, or just you want to add more greenery. So just continue to do that throughout your entire kissing ball until you're happy. This project is completely to taste. You can make it as large as you like, as big as, as small as you like. Once I added all the greenery, I decided to go ahead and get one of these, I don't know what they're called. They're like little picks with snow on them. But I'll make sure to leave exactly what they're called down below. But I got it at Dollar Tree, and it's just one of the plant fillers. And I just cut up the stems and added some of the picks here and there. They look like little sticks, so I just added them everywhere I thought it looked empty, or I thought I needed an extra little something there. And here is where I'm making my bow. That's what I said. If you can and you want to make a bow, make sure you make it before, because it was kind of hard for me to do it afterwards. And I also decided to add some of these little wood flowers that I had left over from another project, and I only had about 3 of them. So I just added them to the center where my bow is going to be, and that's the front of my kissing ball. And here it is how it looks once you're completely done. Now, this is completely optional. I decided to add some of my wire lighting to my kissing ball. You don't have to do this step, but I decided to go ahead and add it. I just thought it needed a little something. So what I did was just twist my wiring all around the kissing ball. And I didn't add any glue to the wiring. I basically just tried to insert it into the pine cones and wrapped it around some of the berries to make sure that it stayed nice and secure. But the reason why I didn't add glue to this was because I know eventually the battery is going to go bad. And if I don't want them on here anymore, I can just easily remove it, or I can just replace the battery. But I wanted that option. So I just went ahead and just kind of twisted it around. And then my battery pack, I ended up putting it underneath the leaves at the very top of my kissing ball, and just try to work my leaves around it to hide it. And this is how it looks with the lights on. So what do you guys think? Isn't this adorable? And I can see making something like this for even a wedding, you know, something like for the bridesmaids to carry. I thought it was absolutely adorable, and I'm going to place this over one of my hallways. Let me know in the comments down below where you're going to place yours at. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.